Today on In the Wood Yard, I've got saws sharpened and I got piles of wood. Let's get cutting. All my saws are sharp. They're loaded up in the truck. I drove back and I got piles of wood everywhere that need to be cut. Today, you should really be here. This is as good as it gets in the summertime. Right now it's 62 degrees. It's morning. It's sunny. It's breezy. It's only supposed to get to around 70 today. Beautiful day to be outside and alive instead of in an office pushing papers around or punching on a keyboard like most of you are doing right now. I feel sorry for you. Get outside. It's better out here. So today I'm going to make rounds. I'm going to cut all this up. This is wood that was dropped off just recently. I guess probably almost 3 weeks ago now. And look at this. It's got a branch with green leaves on it, which means there's enough moisture in that log that the leaves are staying green. One of the other ones I noticed over here is all dried up. It's on there. So yeah, if there's a branch on the log, obviously there's enough moisture that it's sucking it out of it. So maybe it's helping it dry. It's kind of nice. So I'm gonna get this all cut up. That's my plan. I got some really big ones over here. I'll show you over on this side. There's some big chunks here. You can see by the size of my hand on there. And big crotchy ones like this. I'll see what I can do. I'll try to whittle them down. I might just end up cutting with the saw instead of even trying to split these big ones like this. You know, I might cut a chunk out and cut another chunk out and then split from there, see what I can do with it. But it was all free wood. There's some good logs in here, but I cannot use the processor right now, so I'm just gonna cut all this up today. My processor chain stretched and I went and took it in to get a link taken out to make it shorter because I can't tighten it anymore. And they didn't have the right connectors for it. They didn't have the 404s, so they had to get some. So I'm down for a couple days. So that's why I'm working on getting some of this tree service wood. Like yesterday, I did the splitting over there, and today I'm just going to keep cutting. So I had a question the other day, or comments, I should say, several of them about this shirt that I wore one other time a couple weeks ago. And this is a shirt for a walk that we do every year. My youngest son has type 1 diabetes, and that's what T1D is, type 1 diabetes, which means he's insulin dependent. He was diagnosed when he was 2. He's been on insulin and has been a type 1 diabetic for 21 years now. And every year we do a fundraiser where we walk to raise money for diabetes, and then we do they call it a gala event where they raise money, and the organization here in the Fox Valley has raised millions of dollars. And our family personally has raised over $100,000 for T1 research, type 1 diabetes research over the years. We get sponsors that sponsor us for the walk, and then we donate time and donate talent to raising money for diabetes. That's what this shirt is. So every year we get a new shirt. So this is this year's shirt. So there it is. There, that answers that question. Or why do I have this shirt on? What does it mean? So now I'm going to get the saws out, fill them up, and we're going to get cutting. Here we go. So this morning, the first saw I'm going to start with is the 592. And the reason I'm going to start with that is this is some big chunks. It's a big saw, and I'm fresh, and I'm feeling sassy. And actually, I like to start with the big saw first while I'm not tired. And I go to the smaller saws, the 576 and the 572, as I get tired, because they're much easier to handle than the big boy. Although, if I had to pick a saw to cut with, this would be the one. I love the 592. It's just got so much power and cuts so fast. It just seems like you're moving so much quicker. And that's something you'll find out as you use different saws. Most of the time, except for like if you're limbing or you're up hanging, up in a tree and cutting or something, big is better, usually, to a point. I wouldn't say get ridiculous and get one of the 881s or the 3120s. That's ridiculous. But that saw you can still handle, cuts very fast. So here we go. just went inside and I got my woodchuck tool. That's what this is, in case you haven't seen it before. It's really nice for rolling logs. Now I'm on gravel right here, so I don't want to cut down to the ground. So I want to get this thing off the ground. And what's nice is you can take a pretty big chunk of wood and roll it. You can get it off the ground. I got to move this out of the way. Saw's in the way. Come on, baby. I don't weigh enough. There we go. There. Now it's off the ground. Gotta look. Always inspect the bark to make sure there's no chunks of gravel. There's a little bit of dirt there, but that's not a big deal. So looks pretty good. Now I can cut.
That's all she wrote.
So there it is, a pile of wood cut up into rounds, chunked up, sliced, diced, ripped, noodled, and this started out as about 50% nice, pretty straight logs, good wood, 50% nasty crotches. And you can see by ripping these down like this, you can get some chunks of wood that you can get something out of. The grain structure and the direction of the grain is going to dictate kind of how it gets split. But in general, you can whittle these down, you know, like this last one I cut right here. This piece right here, it's kind of got a flare to it, but I'll be able to get, if I just kind of whittle on the edges on that, and then this one here, and this one, and this one, and this one were all part of it, and this one, if I just put them on those single wedge and kind of take edges off, try to take no more than 2 or 3 inches at a time, which is all I want anyway, and you can get some decent wood out of it. It's not perfect wood. It's not, you know, like lumber type poles, bolts, or you know, the really high grade stuff, but with a little bit of ripping and a little bit of thinking about how you're gonna, you know, cut it, try to get it to size, and then ripping them down like that, you can get some pretty good wood out of this stuff, considering that it was free. So there it is. That was about 2 tanks, because I only cut about a half a tank on that last saw, if that even, and a tank and a half on the first one. So about 2 tanks, and if I had to just guess, it's probably a cord and a half here. There's probably 4 or so face cords. You don't know until you split it, stack it, all that kind of stuff. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go dump my debris out of the bucket. I'm going to go dump that, and I'm going to push all these logs up over this way and get them real close, because I want to end up with splitting them right in this area right here. I kind of want them right in here or right in there. So I'm going to chuck these into the cookie bin, and then we're going to push the logs over here and get my canopy set up again so I can block the sun and I can be in the shade, and we're going to split this. So that's what's happening. Here we go. I gotta admit, that worked slicker than greased owl dung. Using your tractor to push all the rounds up close to her splitting, oh my gosh, saves so much work. I think I'll be doing that a lot more. Obviously, I learned that from my brother Ken, because that's what he does all the time, because he gets those big monster pieces. It's the only way to move them. And it tractor moved it no problem at all. It was like nothing, just pushed them right over here. I said to be careful I didn't hit the splitter. I got them pretty close now, so I'm gonna go get something to eat. When I come back, we're gonna split this pile. I am back. The machine is in place. I moved it over this way. I moved the shelter over. I got the wood pushed up right over here. To your left, it's right there. I'm right here. We're gonna start her up. We're gonna make little pieces of wood. We're gonna throw it all that way and kind of let it just kind of go that direction. Beautiful day. Still beautiful out here. I'm not even sweating. This is nice. Here we go, splitting time. is, a pile of wood is split. I got it all done. I had one piece that didn't want to split. I tried hitting it with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different times, and it just didn't want to go. So I'm just going to rip it with the chainsaw and cut it down into 4 chunks. So there it is. That's a pile of wood. That is 2 full loads of tree service wood, plus part of one, because I put some small pieces in here. And then I had a pickup truck load full that I got for free. So that's what that is there. So I have no idea how much is there. If I was just to take a guess, it's maybe 4 full cords. I don't know, a bunch of wood. So I got it done. And it feels good to have it done. Beautiful day to be here today. You guys should have been here. Tomorrow, you should come back here, because I'm going to do more work. I'm going to do some cutting again tomorrow. It's supposed to be beautiful again tomorrow. I got a few hours in the afternoon, so that's what's going to happen. So that's it for today, folks. Hit the buttons. Tomorrow, 5:30 a.m., come on back. I'll be here. You should be here. Between now and then, go to my channel. There's 700 videos there waiting for you to watch. Good night, Irene.